You don't buy the Mazda CX-60 because it's the loudest, the fastest, or the flashiest SUV in the room. You buy it because you're tired of paying luxury money for plastic dashboards, fake prestige, and brands that think a badge is a personality. And here's the uncomfortable truth a lot of people don't want to admit. The CX-60 might be the most honest premium SUV you can buy right now, and that alone makes it dangerous to the competition. The first thing you notice isn't the size, or the stance, or even the design. It's the confidence. Mazda didn't try to chase BMW. They didn't try to copy Mercedes. They didn't beg Audi for validation. Instead, they built a car that quietly asks a brutal question: what if premium actually meant quality again? Look at the exterior and you'll understand exactly what Mazda was going for. This isn't aggressive for the sake of being aggressive. No fake vents, no angry headlights trying too hard to intimidate your neighbor. The CX-60 has restraint, and restraint is expensive. The long hood, the rear-wheel drive proportions, the subtle curves in the bodywork. This is a car designed by people who understand that real confidence doesn't shout. And yes, it finally sits on a proper rear-wheel drive platform. That alone changes everything. Mazda didn't just upgrade an old front-wheel drive setup and call it a day. They went all in. New architecture, new balance, new driving philosophy. That's not cheap, and it's definitely not safe from a business standpoint. But it's why the CX-60 doesn't feel like just another SUV when you're behind the wheel. Step inside, and this is where Mazda embarrasses brands that charge 10, sometimes 15,000 more. The materials aren't pretending. Real stitching, real textures, wood that actually feels like wood, not glossy plastic cosplay. Even the way the dashboard is laid out feels intentional, like someone sat down and asked, what will this feel like to live with every single day? Instead of, how do we impress someone in a 5-minute test drive? The seats deserve real credit. Firm enough to support you, comfortable enough to forget about on long drives. Mazda understands ergonomics better than most so-called luxury brands, and it shows. Everything falls naturally to hand. Nothing feels accidental. Nothing feels like it was added because a focus group demanded it. And let's talk about the infotainment, because yes, people love to complain. The screen isn't touch-based while driving, and that's not a mistake, it's a decision. Mazda prioritizes control over distraction. You use the rotary dial, you keep your eyes up, and after a week, you realize how much calmer the experience is. If you hate that, fine, but understand this: Mazda is designing for drivers, not dopamine addicts. Now let's get to the part that actually matters: how it drives. Because this is where most SUVs fall apart. They look good in photos and feel dead on the road. The CX-60 doesn't. The rear-wheel drive bias, the balanced chassis, and the precise steering give it a sense of control that you do not expect from a midsize SUV. It doesn't beg you to drive fast, but it rewards you when you do. The engine options are where Mazda really flexes. Instead of slapping in a generic 4-cylinder and calling it efficient, Mazda brought back something almost extinct: the inline-six. Smooth, refined, and full of character. Whether you go petrol or diesel, the power delivery feels linear, composed, and grown up. No artificial drama, no gimmicks, just torque where you want it and silence when you don't. There's also the plug-in hybrid option, and this is where the CX-60 becomes brutally practical. Short city drives on electric power. Serious combined output when you need it. And unlike some hybrids that feel like two powertrains arguing with each other, this setup feels cohesive. You're not constantly reminded that you're driving a compromise. On the highway, the CX-60 settles in like a proper Grand Tourer. Wind noise is controlled, road noise is filtered without feeling numb. The suspension walks a fine line between comfort and control, and while it's not perfect, yes, low-speed bumps can feel firm, it's honest. This is a car tuned for real roads, not Instagram reels. Safety tech is all here, and thankfully, it doesn't feel like the car is fighting you. The systems assist rather than nag. Lane assist doesn't yank the wheel. Adaptive cruise doesn't panic. Mazda trusts the driver, and that's refreshing in a world where cars increasingly treat you like a liability. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the badge. Because for some people, that's where the conversation ends. Mazda isn't a luxury brand, they say. And they're right, technically. But here's the question nobody asks: would you rather have a luxury badge or a luxury experience? Because the CX-60 exposes an uncomfortable reality. A lot of premium brands are selling status, not substance. Is it perfect? No. If you want a massive touchscreen that dominates the cabin, look elsewhere. If you want floaty suspension that isolates you from the road completely, this isn't your SUV. If you want your neighbors to be instantly impressed by a logo, Mazda won't help you there. But if you actually care about build quality, driving feel, and long-term satisfaction, the CX-60 makes a frightening amount of sense. It's a car for people who think before they buy, not people who follow trends. And here's the part most reviewers won't say clearly: the Mazda CX-60 isn't trying to be your dream car. It's trying to be your best decision. That's why it feels different. That's why it won't appeal to everyone. And that's exactly why it deserves respect. So if you're shopping in this segment and you skip the CX-60 because the badge doesn't feel premium enough, you're not making a rational choice, you're making an emotional one. And that's fine. Just don't pretend it's about quality. The CX-60 doesn't scream. It doesn't beg. It doesn't chase. It simply shows up, does everything right, and waits for you to notice. And once you do, it's very hard to unsee how much car you're actually getting.